And we're back.
And we're back.
No guests this week, just us.
Just us. I was thinking about that. We do need to follow up on your guest list.
Yeah.
I think your cousin would be dope, or whoever does the NASA thing.
Yeah. I mean,
That'd actually be like a.
Once we're done with this, we can go inside and kind of look at it.
That'd be an informative podcast.
Yeah.
Other than us just talking dumb shit.
Yeah. So today is a day before we're supposed to get a really bad snowstorm today / tomorrow. Nothing's going on right now, so we're good.
But you're in shorts.
Why? Yeah. Yeah, I messed up.
It literally looks like it's about to snow.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, yeah, the house stuff, it should be, it could be as early as next week. So I messed up. I shouldn't have said that because then she started packing a bunch of stuff. And then I talked to the guy at the bank and he was like, yeah, waiting on the appraisal to come back. It'd probably be like mid-month. I was like, awesome.
But once the appraisal,
I have all this stuff in my way.
Usually the closing process takes like a month. So has the closing process already begun? They're just waiting on the appraisal?
Yeah, it's already begun. Like,
okay.
The house passed its final inspection. We're just waiting on the appraisal. And once the appraisal's done, it's just like set up meeting with them and whatever they sign, I sign, and they give me keys. I give them a check and move on.
Nice.
So we're getting there. But before we came out, you told me to grab your laptop, carry it out, and walked out. And I got myself a little tea drink on the way, and I was like, forgot that inside. And I guess you slammed the door when you were walking out, kind of hard. Eve looked at me and was like, yelled at you for slamming the door, and I was maybe 2 steps in and just ripped a fart. Like a loud one. And I just looked at her like eyes popping out of my head like, you didn't just hear that. And she's looking at me the same way, and I'm just like grabbing my cup and just like slowly back up and shut the door and walk out and don't say a word.
See, cause I walked around front and I had to put my truck back in, and she FaceTimed me on my way around. She was like, "Yeah, good move, walk around front." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "It's a rubbing." She said, "Logan just soiled himself." She's like, "It was like one of your farts."
It didn't smell. It was vocal, that's for sure.
Like back to the last episode that I'm not posting because I was buzzing a little more than I thought it was. And I said the F word like every other word. And I was like, dude, I do not sound articulate at all. I did not sound good. I mean, we got some good clips out of it, but the whole thing, I was like, I cannot post that.
Nah, it'd be kind of funny to have like, and beep and beep and beep.
It was so bad. I swear to God, I was like every other word. But we talked about last episode. I said there's 2 funny things, and it's a fart and a dick drawing, or boob drawing, or whatever. But usually it's the dick drawing that's funny. But yeah, fart's always funny, dude. Especially if it stinks. Dude.
And then especially because I just stared at her and didn't say a word. I was just like,
well, like yesterday.
It snuck up on me. I'm not gonna lie. I was
when we toured your new house, it's there's no furniture, there's nothing in it yet, so it echoes. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for a good fart.
Yeah.
It would echo like
your daughter figured it out, not the fart side, but she was like, beep. Yeah. And you see her eyes get real big and start looking around, looks back at mom, mom's smiling. So then she goes, beep, a little louder and echoes more. She's like, and Eve's laughing. She's like, wah! And like screams, and it echoed. And Alex and Tommy were like just at the road and could hear her.
Oh, dude, her squeal, I mean, it's so high pitched. It's like, it's just so, it's ear piercing. It really is. It really is. It might be worse than Emmy's bark. But I don't know. But Emmy's bark just catch you off guard. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. She'll like sneak up on you and just.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
When did you get behind me? What you got? I looked at the Washington score. They're up 1 right now, 10-9 in the third quarter.
What? That would be insane if they took it all the way. I mean, they're not going to.
No.
But
we don't have our Washington is solid and more solid than we have been for a while. But we're still missing pieces that we're not going to make it all the way. If we do, it'd be nuts.
We got to clean this place up, dude. I'm just looking around like, dude, we look like idiots.
What do you mean? We've got like
we got Miller Lite bottles that can be seen from the road.
Mountain Dews.
We got all these empties. I got some empties behind me. I got a vodka bottle with a Sprite lid over here. This is just bad, man. This is just terrible. We need to clean it up. It's ridiculous.
We'll get to it when it warms up.
I'm wearing my O's today. It's been pretty controversial within our friend group. I've caught a lot of shit, but they're comfy.
Yeah.
They're comfy. Have you ever tried them?
Not the ones that you have. I have like a regular moccasin kind of looking style. And I mean, love them.
Yeah. I got these.
Mm-hmm.
I got them for Christmas, and everybody's giving me shit, and I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm finally to an age where I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more now to where I'm like comfort over everything.
Yeah. What's funny is like Bryce was giving you a hard time about it a couple minutes ago, and I'm like, if he just put these on, he'd be hooked, and that's like all he would wear from now on. Like he's done it with a bunch of things. And I mean, I've known him for a long time, so like I can say this. I've literally seen him be like, "Nah, that's stupid. That's it. Bryce, try these on." Nah.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to a store, and then it'll be like his size. Like, dude, just try these on. He's like, whatever. And then it's like a month goes by, then like he's got like 5 pairs. Dude,
have you watched The Ranch?
Yeah.
Dude, solid series.
Yeah.
But it's just like on The Ranch when Colt was wearing Uggs. And then like it might have been later on that season, might have been later on the episode, but like Sam Elliott, his character, walked in, he was wearing Colt's Uggs. He said, "What the hell you got on?" He's like, "It's just like that, dude." But but that's one. Just new things happen every day where I'm like, damn, I'm getting older. I have a shoulder injury. I've been fighting for a couple weeks, and it's
not
just
fun. Been there.
No. Where's yours hurt at?
Mine just cracks and pops. So
Mine too.
like I don't have like if I put my hands up, like this one feels like it's not straight up. It kind of kicks out and then goes up. So like I feel some kind of pinching down in here. Like when I go here, it's a little bit more up front, depending on what I do. If I get on a bench, I can literally feel where like one of the screws is. Mm-hmm. So like hopped on Connor's bench. I was like, I used to be able to do 135, and I did one. I was like, oh God, got it up, and my shoulder was hurting for like 3 days afterwards. I was like, okay, well, I guess I just won't ever bench again.
I work out, and I just know I know when I break my form because my shoulder does hurt. And that's the reason where the injury came from. But literally, this one was just Millie wanted me to lift her up over the couch. And I lifted her up over the couch. I was like, oh, my God, I just on my shoulder. That's all I did. I was like, I literally lift heavy weights every day. And I lift this 30-pound kid over. And it was just, I guess it was just the motion. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to get a rotator cuff surgery eventually in life.
Yeah, it's not fun. Been there.
But
recommend don't swing a golf club one-handed if you get that surgery. It does not feel good.
Don't swing it one-handed?
Yeah, I swung with my good hand, and it still hurt.
I bet.
Yeah.
How did that turn out?
Painful.
I
was with Bryce when I did.
I've seen some people swing one hand and actually hit it pretty good.
Yeah, but I was in a sling like less than 5 days out of surgery and trying to swing a golf club.
You actually had surgery?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they knew I had a partial after my freshman year of college, so 2015.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I went in, did CT, MRI, X-ray, all that stuff, and they're like, yeah, you have partial tear in your labrum. I was like, okay, but your labrum, is, from what I understand, is pretty much around your joints. It's just like cushioning. But I couldn't throw from the shed. I couldn't throw a baseball like to your house in the air. Like it might get there, and then after that, it's just rolling. Like I could not do anything, and they went in for surgery after the season, and they're like, yeah, so we went ahead and fixed your rotator cuff too, because that was pretty jacked up. I was like, now that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2 for 1 on that, and I got 2 for 1 on my hernia surgery, or 3 for 1 on that. But yeah, the labrum, I was like, I get it, but there's no power.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to be able to throw from like right field to second base, no problem. I was like, I can't even throw from second base to first base right now. I can't throw from the mound. Like I could maybe throw from the mound to the plate in there, and that was about it.
Would EMU cover those kind of surgeries?
Yeah, so when you're any kind of collegiate athlete, doesn't matter if it's JUCO or like D1 single A, it covers the whole thing. So you have like an insurance with the school. It's almost like when you go into the military, like when you sign your life away, you are basically owned by the military at that point. So not necessarily owned, but if something were to happen, then it helps cover you. Like let's say that you do let's say that you come from nothing and you're going to go play at Alabama when they were the #1 school in the world for many years, and your family can't afford insurance. So part of what the NCAA has done is like every athlete basically just gets insurance through the school and all that stuff. So I think we had to pay something, but I think a good chunk of it was covered by union.
Yeah,
Because
that's
mom
badass.
being a teacher, that definitely helped. And then the athlete part, that helped. So
Yeah.
it was a lot. And then for like the recovery side, I went to Center for Hands and Physical Therapy. Owners of that also own Alpine Goat. Known them forever.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, so like one of the main people of that is the Pisks who own the Alpine Goat.
Oh, shit.
But one of the ladies that worked there, she was the athletic trainer for the Harrisonburg Turks. So she she is like a baseball specific person. So I was like, this is great. She's doing all this stuff. And I'm like, she's like, can you do this? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, don't do that. We're going to do, and like, just dialed it specifically for baseball, which is really cool. So
Yeah, that's badass. I didn't know they owned. I thought he was from like out of town and just bought this.
No,
farm.
I mean, his family's originally from like Austria or something like that, somewhere in the Alps. Hence the name Alpine Goat. And I forget what he did, but I know that she was like OT, PT, something like that, and then they opened their own spot. So it's like, I think it's like two families kind of merged together and made their own thing or whatever. But yeah, they've been here. I've known them for, I met Cole DeLucas in first grade maybe. And then around meeting him is how I met them. So,
Damn.
yeah, known them for a long time.
I know we talked about, which I knew it was a stretch. Maybe one day talked about opening up a distillery.
What?
Remember we talked about opening up a distillery?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name and shit.
Yep.
I think the name was pretty cool. I can't remember the name. It was some. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back
It's
to
in your
it.
notes somewhere.
It is in my notes.
There's not a distillery of any kind in Rockingham County. So it's like, that would be a good driving thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. But a lot of people already come here for like all the breweries and especially 151. I mean, I know there's a distillery at 151 and it's fire, but a lot of people come here for Macedon Ski Resort.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if you put one at the bottom of Macedon, that'd be
It'd be a good spot.
yeah.
It'd be a pretty good spot because then you have that, and it's a Four Seasons resort, so you typically have people coming all over all the time.
And then
I would do it a little bit more towards McGaheysville, like just up a little bit.
well, either way, you're surrounded by Cave Hill. You got Elkton Brewery, and then you got that new brewery that at the bottom of the hill, Macedon, isn't it? Or Redbeard or
Brouhaha.
Brouhaha. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't quite call it new. It's been around for a handful of years, but
Really?
for the longest time, it's like, it was this thing. It's like, here's this brewery, but it was closed all the time. And then I went there, I think I've been there once.
Is it like a microbrewery?
I can't remember. I think Nano is under Micro. So I think that they're technically a nano distillery.
Okay.
Kind of like, what's the one that's underground? My sister goes there all the time. Right when you're getting into Harrisonburg,
the
Friendly
Friendly
Fermenter.
Fermenter.
Yeah, so it's something similar to that, like very small batch stuff. Like if you go in 1 week, it might not be there the next week, stuff like that. But the whole premise is that he wanted to get comedians in and have like local people or whatever.
At Brouhaha?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like you go in and you sit down, you're listening to different comedians, you drink beer, you're having a good time. Well, when I went there, it's like this little house right there off 33. Like I know you've seen it, but probably haven't been inside. But it's still set up like a house. So you walk in, you're like in the living room. And then there's a room over here with like some couches that you can sit at and whatever. Then there's another room. Then there's this. And you're just like, so if I'm coming here to listen to a comedian, you have this small area where you can probably fit 30 people. And then you have these other rooms where you can fit another 10 to 15 people.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're sitting in there, you can't see. So like, are you going to put a screen? Like they just need to tear down the wall and just make it open floor plan. And then they can go with that. But because you have those little pockets, then it just makes it difficult.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like I said, very small.
I mean, I know they have like open mics at like Ruby's basement. I know they had a couple there, maybe Golden Pony, but like, are there really that many? I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, I'm gonna try stand up.
Well, I think it opens it up for the area because I think Charlottesville might have a comedy club kind of thing. I know that they have like the Paramount and places like that where they can have people come in, but it'd just be just something. And like because of where it is located, you just hop right over the 33 mountain and you're in Charlottesville. So if people could come from there. You have 81, 33, 250, like so many main roads that kind of come to this area. So it's like not bad.
Maybe that could be a good, maybe like a comedy club. But like you said, I don't know how many people would actually do it. I mean, I would like to attempt like a minute of stand up. I think it'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
If you get like a solid minute.
I think you went that route. It'd be good to talk to someone that's been in the business. Like,
Yeah.
There's one in Greenville, Comedy Zone, that we thought about going to a couple times, and then ran into, just walking down the street. Jim's parents were in town. It was what is his name? It's Champ Kind from what's it called? Anchorman.
Really?
The guy that plays him. We're just walking. And, like, I don't know what it was, but there's this, like, blue fedora. It looked really cool.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, I was just looking at this hat. And then by the time I saw who's wearing it, because it was a decent, like, no one was flocking them, but we're just walking in. It was a Saturday. There's a bunch of people out and about. And by the time I realize who it is, I go to turn to Jim. Jim punches me underneath the sternum, so, like, knocks the air out of me. And he's like, dude, and says his name. And I'm over here, like, and he walks past us, and, like, I can't breathe to, like, say anything or whatever.
I don't know how to say his last name. David Kochner?
Yeah, Kochner.
Kochner,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's Kochner. So, yeah, ran into him. He was performing there. I think Chris Rock's been there. It's been, like, some big names at this little comedy spot that's underground.
Dude, that's crazy.
My coworker's been. He said it's maybe, like, 30, 40 spots.
Well, I hear him talk about the comedy club on Kill Tony all the time.
Yeah.
I guess there's a comedy club in Austin that a lot of...
Joe Rogan opened up the mothership.
I know there's mothership, but they talk about another one that they went to. I know there's like the Laugh Factory.
There's a bunch. I mean, yeah.
That is pretty notable.
Yeah. There's been a couple that have been there for a long time, and then Joe opened up his, and I think some others have since opened up.
But you rarely hear, like, on Kill Tony. Of course, I mean, it's in Texas, so you might not. But you rarely hear comedians from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, rarely.
Yeah.
They're all from, like, New York or Texas, California, maybe some from Florida. A lot of Canadians.
Yeah.
But speaking of Kill Tony, he just introduced yesterday on Instagram, Kill Tony's going to Bridgestone Arena, April 6th. I'm sorry, April 5th. But, of course, that's in Nashville.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how, like I went back to, like, the early Kill Tonys, and they're so small.
Yeah.
It's just, like, a complete different
dynamic.
dynamic.
They sold out Madison Square Garden.
That's what I was about to... They sold out Madison Square Garden, I think, twice.
Yeah. Something crazy.
Insane, dude. But, like, on that one, those are both pretty good episodes. And they had really good guests. I think Shane Gillis was on one of them. Yeah. Joe Rogan was on one of them. They might have been the same one, but...
I was gonna say, they had a lot of people come out and support them for the Madison Square Garden ones.
But it's just crazy, like, watching what... I mean, hell, even fucking us. But, like, watching Kill Tony, like, watching the very first episodes, just so different than now. I mean, now it's insane. You can kind of tell, like, Tony is not, like, cocky, but, like, he knows, like, I built this thing from ground up. Yeah. You know? Like,
this is his thing.
Yeah, this is his thing. And then even the Joe Rogan experience has changed so much. I mean, he has that, like, when you see the red drapes, you know this is Joe Rogan experience. You know, right? There's another one that I was thinking of. I know we already talked about Two Bears, how much they changed. But there's another one that I was like, man, that has changed so much. But us, dude, remember when it was there? Remember when we started? It was like there. Well, actually, it was in the middle of fucking everything because we were using the door to prop
the phone. Yeah.
And then we moved back there, and I rearranged, put it over here. But just watching, I was telling Bruce about it earlier. I was like, dude, look at this. I showed him like our early TikToks. The sound was terrible. The camera was terrible. No, I didn't know how to edit, so it was terrible. Yeah. And I showed him like a new clip. He was like, dude, that's crazy. I was like, yeah. I was like, you learn and you grow and adapt to how social media
figure out what doesn't work and try something else and move on and keep adapting. That's what you gotta do.
Yep. And that's what I told him. He was like, I can't believe you're still doing it. I was like, I can't either. I was like, but I mean, the first like 6 months was just purely learning experience. Maybe a year. Maybe we're still learning.
I think, as long as we're still learning every day, then that's good. It's good to keep learning. Like, if you just get comfortable, you get stagnant, and then nothing changes. You can't grow.
Yep.
So,
but that's what I was saying. We should have your cousin come on have like a more informative podcast as opposed to just us drinking and.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got a pretty good list. I mean, we have athletes on there. We have a guy that works at NASA on there. We have coaches. We have I put on there.
Marcus would be a funny guy to have one.
Marcus would be good. I put Brent Stone on there.
Who's that?
I think he did like a lot of Amway stuff, but
I remember you telling me.
But then he got in, like he kind of like started this AI software or something, and helps you like find followers and stuff. Oh, that's what it was. It was for us to like
the AI guy,
like help expand our podcast kind of thing.
We need to jump on that.
No,
I think it'd be sick. So I've been leaning more towards. I know we haven't talked about it, but I've been leaning more towards YouTube lately as opposed to TikTok because who knows what's going to happen to TikTok, and I don't want to put all my effort in that and then it just like disappears.
Yeah.
But YouTube last month, overall, 50,000 people tuned into us. Wow. Not like our full videos. Our full videos aren't doing too good, but like our shorts are hitting pretty good. But you get monetized through YouTube with. There's like 3 different criteria that you have to meet.
Subscribers.
500 subscribers.
Followers.
When I have followers.
Views.
So it's 500 subscribers and like either 1 million short views or some ungodly amount of watch views? Hours. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to put my effort towards. Dude, it would be so sick. Have you seen like those... like YouTube plaques, like when you reach like 100,000, so you get like the YouTube plaque.
Yeah. The play buttons is what they're called.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
It'd be really cool to get to the red. What is it? The red sapphire or whatever. It's the highest one that they have created so far, and like podcast. 4 or 5 people have it.
Yeah, it's not happening on the podcast unless the podcast. I mean, unless you're like Joe Rogan. I don't even think Joe Rogan's gotten it.
No, I don't think so. Like I said, it's only like 4 or 5. I think Mr. Beast is one of them, PewDiePie's one of them, and then it's like some ones that you've never heard
of. Have you watched the Beast games?
I've watched some of them. I need to watch more.
I can't get into it, man.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, it's just too much going on. Like the first episode, maybe as you go, but it just seems, I don't know. It seems like.
For what I could tell, it seemed very, very much like if you took the Squid Games, you took it the way Mr. Beast does Mr. Beast things, and I think it's pretty on brand for both of them. How like what they're doing for it, and it's crazy the amount of money that's going into it, that's being used. It's insane.
Dude, it's so much money.
Insane.
Just
to do it.
It's crazy.
Just even do it. He's like, hey, here's how it started. Here's a like 600-foot long giant airplane hangar before, and this is what we're at now. And you're like, what the fuck?
And there's like 2 different locations that he's filming it at. One's in like California, one's in, where's the other one? Do you know?
I don't know.
But there's 2 different locations, and I just don't know how he pulls it off, man.
Well,
and he just got engaged
because he takes all of his money and just turns it back in. Like he's basically a nonprofit. He gets his profit, and then he takes however much he just made and turns it into the next video, and then does it all over again and just keeps spinning.
I just don't understand how he started out like playing Minecraft and like video games, and then he
started deep diving into like how to like be successful. Like
YouTube works.
He like taught himself. Yeah.
Yeah. He started the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's nuts.
Tell me the algorithm, Mr. Beast. God. But yeah, he just got engaged. I mean, I guess that's cool. But like he's like his early YouTube videos, changes a lot, you know. But that's a different story. Like once you start getting like a production team and you know, you don't
once
have to
you
worry
get too
about
big that you need you need the other people to make you continue to be successful.
Of course, he still probably comes up with his ideas.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't do the editing or filming or.
No, but he's basically a producer, so it'd be like, we're gonna change. Like I think that they have an editing team, but the final say, like he has.
Oh yeah.
Be like, oh, put this part in here and take this part out, whatever, so on and so forth.
Dude,
but
that's crazy.
I mean, he built. So he's from like Boone, North Carolina-ish area, like if I'm not mistaken, somewhere down that way. And I mean, like I'm pretty sure we've said it in the past, and everyone probably knows it, but he bought like a whole like. What was it, a neighborhood or like a cul-de-sac or something? It was like
I don't know.
Pile of houses.
I've heard of that.
And then he built his own buildings to be able to like do his own production and stuff in. So he owns his own buildings and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Money, man.
So like he could literally.
But he's so humble. I feel like, you know, like he isn't like.
That's what I'm saying. He's basically a nonprofit because
he doesn't dress like he has money. He still dresses like your average Joe.
Well, look at Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs wore the same thing every day.
Yeah. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
And Adam Sandler would be spotted in damn basketball shorts and a polo.
Yep. I mean, you don't see like a lot of those guys that don't like Elon Musk. He'll dress up every now and again, but for the most part, pretty common. Zuckerberg, pretty much the same way.
Pretty much.
So it's like,
I feel like they're too busy to like.
Oh yeah,
good,
it was one of them. I think it might have been Zuckerberg, but he was basically like making a lot of like decisions throughout the day. So instead of like worrying about what I'm gonna wear, I just have like 1,000 blue T-shirts and 1,000 pairs of like khakis
one less decision
and
you have
like
to make.
5 pairs. Like basically just do the same thing every day. Just go.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So have you watched Squid Games?
The first one, but I haven't started the second one. Mom binged it the other night, all of it.
It's insane. I mean, it's like I don't know why I like it. I just really like it.
It's suspenseful, and it's like something that kind of almost could be real.
It could be. It could be. Like you have
because it's so secretive. You know, like how you like find to get the card, and then you just magically show up, and then you're like just throwing these clothes, and it's basically either win a shitload of money or die.
So there's a conspiracy theory going around that the front man, the guy in like all black, he is. You remember the old guy from season 1?
Yeah,
he's his son.
Oh.
Because he in season 1, the old guy says something like, the lead character, I can't remember his name. I can't remember any of the names. There's no faces.
No.
The lead character like was allergic to milk. Mm-hmm. And the old guy said, "Well, my son can't drink milk either." And then this season, I don't want to ruin it for you, but the front man is in the games. So he, there was a person that was like thirsty or something. He was like, "Hey, here, have my milk. I can't drink it. I'm allergic to it." So there's seriously going that the front man is the old man's son.
Makes sense.
Something's going to happen to the front man, and then the lead characters are going to take the front man's position. It's a really good show, dude.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of crazy too because I forgot because I just happened to be like walking by and like watch a couple minutes of it or whatever, but forgot that it's all in like Korean. So like the whole time that they're like, you just get to the point because you're so like involved that you're just hearing them talk, and the subtitles are down there, and you're like it just works. It's so weird.
It's English dubbed, I think is what they call it. Like, no, I mean, you can turn that off to where you're just reading English subtitles and they're still speaking in Korean. Yeah. But, no, yeah. But that's what kind of makes it cheesy is the English dub. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just a good show, man.
Yeah.
I think the lead character, I think he won like an Emmy or nominated for an Emmy or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was big when it first came out. Like, I just kind of stumbled across it before it really took off, and then everyone started watching. I was like, yeah, dude, like, this is great.
You need to watch season 2.
I will. I mean, I'll get to it eventually.
You can binge it on the way down to Greenville or something.
I'll probably be driving, so.
Oh, yeah, do you still watch?
Yeah, but.
No, don't watch the movies while you're driving. That's bad.
At gym.
I do, but you don't really watch it. You just kind of like peek down, you know. You see the major parts, and if you miss a part, rewind 10 seconds. And But speaking of Netflix, did you watch the new Neighbor Gotti?
Not yet.
Wow.
When did that come out? I feel like I heard something about it, but
last week.
I don't think it like popped up when I. Well, actually, I haven't been watching a lot of Netflix.
Last week or two, and
I watched a lot of Psych.
It was so good, dude.
Yeah.
Like Neighbor Gotti's different because he's so clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't cuss. He doesn't have sexual jokes.
He's got that twang.
He's got that twang, and it's just he makes jokes that are so relatable to like everybody.
Yeah.
Like just your normal person would relate to that. Mm-hmm. And it's honestly, like my wife, she doesn't really like stand up. She was crying laughing at one point, and it was good up until like the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes kind of threw me off, but dude, he is hands down like one of my top 5 favorite comedians.
Have you seen his SNL thing when he was the PGA Tour pro guy?
Yeah.
And he like lines up, smokes the bird, and it's like, oh god.
Yeah.
And then he just everything he keeps doing just keeps getting worse, and then he ends up like winning the round or whatever because the other guy just like keeps messing up.
The one I saw was him as like George Washington. Like they were like, oh, like you know what I'm saying?
And Keenan's like, so everyone be free, even the slaves, right? And then he just keeps moving on through the conversation. He's like, and there will be this because this. And then Keenan will eventually say something again. And he just like pats him on the back, and then he moves on and starts talking about something else.
I like what he was like, and we will call it football.
So like, because you'll kick it with your feet, right? And he's like, no, just the opposite.
Yeah. He's like, it'll be played in inches, not feet, or something like that.
We'll have our own standard measurement. It'll be feet. And it's like, oh, like 10 inches in a foot. He's like, no, it'd be 12. And he's like, and then three feet will be a yard. And like just like kept going into how none of it makes sense.
Dude,
it's so funny.
He's hilarious, man. I mean, even his early stuff, like my favorite was like the P90X joke.
I don't know if I saw that one.
He was like, yeah, he was like, you know, well, he started out by, he was like, how Under Armour, he was like, Under Armour makes you look fatter than you do when you don't wear Under Armour. He's like, how do you wear a compression shirt and makes you look worse than a compression shirt?
That's pretty funny.
Then he brought up the P90X joke, and he was like, yeah, so I bought the P90X like DVD, and he was like, this is what you look like after P90X. He was like, I just want to look like the before guy. He's like, can the before guy put out a P90X? He's like, what does he do? He looks good. Like,
you remember when P90X was like a big thing?
Oh god,
it was doing like PE and shit.
It was so huge. It was so big, dude. But it's just like regular workouts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not. I guess
it's like high intensity stuff.
Yeah, it's like
it's
like HIIT training and stuff. It was huge. I mean, it had people by fucking chokehold.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was weird. I didn't like doing it.
Yeah, it's just like that. That TRX.
Oh yeah.
That TRX made a big
big
movement, and then Chuck Norris's
one gym,
Total Gym,
Bowflex Total Gym or something like that.
I think it was Total Gym. It was something. It was like, yeah, all you need is this. It was like one machine.
We had one of those, and like I was like, oh cool, like I can work out in the winter and go down in the basement, freeze my ass off. And I get on this thing, but at the time I was like 135 pounds. So anything I was doing, it felt like there's nothing, like I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And there was no way to add resistance unless you're just like fatter, I guess. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me.
It's so funny. All those workout things, man, they pop off.
Mm-hmm.
But
everyone wants that just cheap or the quick fix.
Yep.
No one wants to put in the work.
Ozempic.
Yep.
Ozempic is a quick fix.
I saw something actually this morning that they're looking at, like people are starting to go blind, and they think that it might be affiliated with Ozempic because it's like basically like rotting your eyes or something like that. Yeah, it's something weird. Yeah, you have to look that up. But that was something I saw just like scrolling along. It's like, oh, that's not good.
Well, I mean, Ozempic is a crazy. It's just crazy that you just take this drug and you lose weight. Is that?
Well,
wasn't it made for cancer or something?
It was made. It's basically like Viagra. It was made for something else. They figured out the side effect does this, so then they take out the other stuff and then they just market that.
Yep.
Hadn't been out on the market long enough. A lot of people are doing it, and they're starting to come out with more and more stuff. And you're like, this isn't good. But basically, it just kind of like, from what I've been told from people I've talked to, is like kind of curves your cravings and makes your stomach like feel fuller. Mm-hmm. So like you won't eat as much. It's almost like if you went and got the
gastric bypass.
Yeah, where they put the basically rubber band around you, and it's that, but it's kind of like a pill or a shot form, I guess. So like people that have gotten that, they try to eat too much, then they end up throwing up because they can't.
Interesting.
They're trying to force their stomach to do something they don't want to do, so then they throw up. And pretty much what Ozempic's doing too, but yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
That's crazy. All these drugs. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast today, and he had like an old Texas governor on there, and he's trying to push like plant-based drugs. There's a bunch. I'll tell you about it offline because
I mean,
I don't know enough to talk about it on here.
Plant-based to me sounds good, but I mean, once you start it all comes down to once you start looking into it, what's actually in it, what does it do, what are the side effects, all that stuff.
Well, what he said on there was like he's your typical old school Republican Texas governor. Like when he first got in there, he was like, "Dude, I don't even want to hear you talk to me about legalizing marijuana." He was like, "It's just not happening. I'm not for legalizing drugs." And then he listened to this vet. It was an Army vet, and he struggled with PTSD, and he was taking THC, and he was like, he started researching more into it, and he's like, marijuana is actually good for you. I mean, people with glaucoma. I mean, it helps people with cancer. It's like a painkiller. So yeah, now he's like about this big push for like plant-based drugs.
Yep, I think it's very. I mean, like I've been around Alzheimer's like my whole life, so when I see stuff that can help with that, I'm very interested. The vet thing, like you said, that also helps. I mean, there's a lot of benefits out there of things, but at the time, it was just something like kind of new, and it scared people. So then they're like, here's a scapegoat. And back then, like now, what's crazy to me is like how easy, like, yes, we all know we have a computer in our pocket. We can look up relatively any information you want, like instantaneously. It'd just be crazy if like you could kind of throw some of this technology back in like the 80s when they're like the whole crack thing they're talking about, like
when they thought cigarettes were good for you.
That too. But when they were like, because apparently crack was introduced by like the government or whatever. And then, like, being able to, like, that whole big thing was just, it was basically, like, some form of government just kind of, like, getting the stuff on the streets to be able to have, like, something to stand on and be like, we need to stop this.
It's just like painkillers. I mean, the opioid epidemic, I mean, it's a real freaking thing. When Eve, we talked about it slightly, but when she was pregnant, when she went in for labor, into labor, the nurse came in and she was in like immense pain. It was insane. Felt so bad for her, but like that was empathy. Let's see, inside joke. So the nurse came in and was like, you know, like we can either give you, I think it was like Tylenol, and she was like, yeah, Tylenol's not gonna do anything. She was like, well, we can give you morphine. I was like, huh? I was like, I was like, morphine, like the stuff that is laced in opioids killing people? She was like, yeah. She was like, we're just essentially we're legal drug dealers. She was like, there's such a low dosage of morphine. Dude, as soon as she got that bitch in there.
Not many people are lacing with morphine.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's like fentanyl, yes.
Fentanyl. Yeah, it was fentanyl. Yeah. That's what it was. I'm sorry. It was fentanyl, not morphine. I did morphine. Legal morphine. But yeah, it was fentanyl. And I was like, what the fuck? She was like, yeah. She was, dude, as soon as she got that bitch in her, she was like, out. And then she woke up like on a high. She was like, I feel weird. I was like, I bet you freaking do. I mean, I've never.
It's crazy. I know a guy that he actually overdosed from it, and talked to a buddy that went like was trying to be there for him, whatever else, and help him get clean and all that stuff. And he was like, he was telling me he had it down like to the micrograms, like not nanograms, but like micrograms. Like that's how little of this shit that you're taking just to get high. And a little bit more is all it takes to just done.
And you're done. Way to take this to a cold place. Damn.
You start talking about fentanyl.
I mean, yeah, I know somebody overdosed. I mean, I think we both know somebody. Know somebody who did. It's crazy though. Like, but like when you buy it off the street, you don't know what the hell you're getting. And then you just take one pill and you're done. Yep. Shot.
You got to really trust people.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get into really shady shit, because if anything has ever taught you from movies, all it takes is one thing to happen to them. They're going to turn on you like that. Dude,
I was, I'm not going to say any names, but I was talking to somebody that was smoking weed one time and got weed off this guy that was mud dipped. I think that's what they call it.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. He said he smoked it and was like not a weed high. It was like weed with something else high. and he said it was mud dipped, I think.
I remember Rocky told me he knew a guy that used to lace his own weed with like horse tranquilizers to get high that way, and I was like, "Are you like
horse tranquilizers?"
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what they said Joe Rogan did to beat COVID. But it wasn't even.
I was like, that was something else.
It wasn't horse tranquilizer.
Actually, we were talking to some Mennonites.
CNN said it was horse tranquilizer, but it was
dewormer.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, horse dewormer.
Yeah.
So there's something, I had it on my phone the other week, and I might have deleted it. But customer of mine, we were talking. His dad just got diagnosed with like brain cancer, and they're like, look, basically surgery is a waste of time. This isn't this, and they're taking something like the horse dewormer or whatever that allegedly people were taking to get rid of COVID and stuff.
Shit.
But it's got like cancer healing properties or something in it. So they're like, I mean, at this rate, it's kind of like whatever. Might as well try it. So I was like, huh, that's pretty
I'm just going to
crazy.
look it up because it's killing me. Ivermectin.
Yeah.
Ivermectin, that's what it is.
That's a horse dewormer. I mean, I don't know if the only thing I could think is, I mean, I don't know what mud dipped would be unless it was like they just took pure THC like
I can't find
wax
anything.
or oil
And dipped in it, you just got stupid high.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can. I mean,
I get stupid high off of regular weed, so
that's fair.
I would be nailed.
Yeah.
I would have to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I even have to go to bed now. I can't do it, dude. I don't hate weed for other people, but I hate it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, I cannot do it.
I feel like it's everything. You got to build a tolerance. Like, I mean, think
Yeah,
about
some people like that high.
Yeah.
Some people like being stuck.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
guess that's true.
how do you like that? How do you like just sitting there?
I don't know. I feel
being
like if I
non-existent.
feel like I'm stuck, then it's almost like you're claustrophobic. You're just like, because you can't do what
In
you
your
wanna
own
do. I'm like,
body.
no. I was like, I don't
Dude, it's so bad.
Yeah,
and you're
no.
like, dude, I got to pee, but can I get up to go pee?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what happened to me last time. I was like, I'm gonna get up. I'm probably gonna fall. I didn't fall, but I was like, Eve's gonna know I'm high. So as I'm like walking by her to the bathroom, I'm like, seeing if she's looking at me. Oh god, the paranoia it hits me every single time.
I can see that.
That's why I just stick with drinking, but we're not drinking.
Nope.
I guess.
Dry January. Who do you think is gonna win?
Well, both of us are gonna lose because you're going to Greenville next weekend. I'm going to Richmond next weekend.
You really don't think that I can stay sober in Greenville?
I don't think you're
before
going to. I think you can, but I don't think you're going to.
You want to do the $100 bet that we threw out last night?
I'm not. No, because then you could just lie.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
And I wouldn't risk your time for $100. I mean, it's just one night. Well, I mean, I guess you're going for two.
And we're going on Wednesday night.
Oh shoot!
We'll be there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Oh yeah, you're drinking.
Don't need a drink.
Do you feel better?
Yeah.
You feel the same?
Man, down to 187.
You're already losing weight.
Yeah. I think I was 191 the other day, and now I'm 187.
Yeah, but I mean, like when I get drunk, I feel it like that drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get like blackout anymore. But I
Mhm.
know when I'm too drunk now, where
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna feel this in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that like brain fog lasts like maybe 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually the Sunday I'm like groggy. I'm like, oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Monday I finally come back, and then like Tuesday's like, all right, it's all out of my system.
It's so the first time I ever did Dry January, I did 2 months, and I was like, oh, I'll keep it going. But we went down to
Top
Golf, not Richmond. That would have been too close. We could have gone to Northern Virginia or Richmond, 2 hours away. And Morgan booked it, so we get in the truck and we start driving to get to like Virginia Beach. You go through Richmond. And keep going, following the GPS. And we're like, Morgan, where are we going? And he's like, Topgolf, Virginia Beach. We're like, what? There's one right here. So we ended up driving all the way down. I was like, they got drinks. It was Jim's birthday. I was like, all right, screw it. I'll get a drink. I was like, let me get a margarita. So I drank that. I was like, that was pretty good. Like, let me get a pitcher of Miller Lite. So I got a pitcher of Miller Lite. And then we're driving up to Richmond to go eat at Genghis Grill.
Oh, Genghis Grill is fire.
So we got back to the truck, and I'm in the back seat by myself, and I'm slamming beers. And I might have told the story on the podcast.
You
before.
have. I was going to say it.
I was like, I feel like I've told this, but long story short, yeah.
You got piss on your lip. No.
Morgan did.
Morgan got piss on his lip. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just being sober for an extended period of time, and then that first time you drink again, it's so much fun. It is like
the most
when Bert sits there, he's like, never stop drinking, like that. Like when you have that break, and if you cannot drink in Richmond and you can do the whole month, I'm telling you that next time we get together and we drink, it is so much fun. Dude. I mean, the first time I did it, I just did it because I was kind of burnt out. I was just drinking a lot, and like I noticed it myself. Like no one pointed it out, but I was just like, for myself, I'm just gonna do it. Be a good reason. Then got through the first month, tried some non-alcoholic beers. Those were, yeah. And then I had some the other day at Jack Brown's, and they're still, but they were like fancier than Busch Light, but you still taste a difference. It's like soapier or something.
Yeah. Like a millionaire Jeep.
Cruising.
She loves that damn Jeep.
He's giving us the finger. But I mean, that's the reason why I did it for so long. And like last year, I was like, I mean, I don't like. We just moved back. I was like, we're around all of our friends and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to fucking not have as much fun.
Yeah.
Be loose and having a good time.
Oh yeah.
Whatever else. And like this time, I was like, she asked me. I was like, I don't want to do it. Oh, come on. It's like, nah. And then you said something about doing it. I was like, all right, if you do it, then I'll do it. Do I want to do it? No. I'm going to do it, I guess. So it's like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. I told myself, even when I get back, it's just because, like, so I chase the buzz. Like, whenever I get home on Friday, it's just like 2 shots of the dome.
Mm.
Yeah, just get it ready. Get it set in, get the warmth and stuff, and then you
locked and cocked, ready to rock.
Yeah. And so I told myself, I was like, you know what? Maybe just even after this, maybe going forward, just take it easy on Friday night. If I do want to get a buzz, like do it Saturday night. But I don't know. I don't drink every night.
Mm.
Like I literally just drank Friday and Saturday, and here lately Sunday because that's when we do the pod. But I even feel like the pod's going better right now. I feel like we're more attentive, more fluent. I'm not saying the F word every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude, it was something.
Good sober pod.
But the weekend you come back, let's talk to your cousin.
Yeah.
Where's he from? Where's he live?
Like Rockville, Maryland.
Oh my God.
Like 2.5 hours away.
So he's going to have to be a call-in.
I don't know. We could always, maybe if there was a day that we could kidnap the girls and they could go shop or whatever. And
yeah, that'd be dope.
Go over to his house and be like, hey.
And on the road pod.
I think he'd be down.
Wait to load this up on the trailer and take it.
Yeah. It's like realistically, all we'd really need is all the mics and stuff.
That'd be a hell of a vlog. Yep, so we're taking this to do a shed sessions episode. That would be for like that'd be it.
That'd be like
something.
Tell JJ keep an eye out for just an old like rollback or
he has that one.
A flatbed that we could set this on.
He has a flatbed.
Yeah, but he uses it for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm saying for us. Like, if we get to that point, that'd be fun. Just
dude, that'd be
on there.
funny as crap, dude.
Probably have to do some reinforcing to this thing because you'd be driving down.
Yeah, you'd
going a little fast.
You'd have to you'd have to cut off the roof and just make it a flat roof. And then you got just a rolling.
Not necessarily. You just kind of like a gooseneck, how they have the part here.
One can dream. Maybe that should be our goal.
That'd be cool. So it's like Bussin' with the Boys have their bus, but we have the shed sessions, like literal rolling shed.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be dope.
That'd be sweet.
Dude, you could put that'd be a goal. Let's make that a goal. We could one day we'll do
get
like
to a point.
A freaking we'll do the vlog of our first portable podcast.
That'd be cool. And I mean, like if you just left it and we made it more aerodynamic, like I was saying, then we could put our sleeping quarters and stuff up there.
Yeah.
We could put like other stuff back there, and then we would still have our spot of the pod set up.
That'd be funny as crap, dude.
Sweet.
That'd be funny. Maybe we can do that. Let me talk about one more thing before we get off here, because it pissed me off. So do you know Kristen Cavallari? She was married to like Jay Cutler.
Oh yeah.
She was like a
model or something like that, or TV personality.
Yeah.
That was not my guess, but yes.
So she was on a podcast with Bunny,
XOXO?
Jelly's,
Bunny XOXO?
something like that, Jelly Roll's wife or something.
Yes.
She was on a podcast the other day. I don't know why it pissed me off. It just pissed me off because, anywho, so Bunny had brought up Morgan Wallen, and she said that they went on a date and they kept on going back and forth, and she was
Bunny
like,
did or the
Kristen Cavallari.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, she was like, he'd be a good fuck buddy. And Bunny was like, yeah, I've heard, like, you know, from around Nashville that, you know, he's pretty good in bed. And she's like, oh, yeah, he is. I was like, what is this guy not like, he's decent looking. He's not really, I mean, he's good looking, but he's not, like, top tier that I would think would run around Nashville. Makes a boatload of money, can't make a bad song, and he can fuck. What the hell?
He can say the N-word and pretty much get away with it in 3 days.
Makes him more popular. He has a golden horseshoe up his ass.
It's wild.
Dude, I just
throws a bar stool off a second-story building that almost hits a cop.
Yeah. Dude.
Whatever happened with that?
I think they were supposed to go to court for that, actually. I think he did. But he has jail time, like, hanging over his head. He's not going to jail, though.
Like probation or something like that, probably.
I don't think. We'll have to look that up in a second. But, yeah, it pissed me off. It's kind of like when the Drake video got leaked. I was like, what is this? He's great looking. Drake is actually really good looking. He is very talented.
He puts out mediocre songs.
Has great songs. He has bukus of money, and he's hung like a damn donkey.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And he's a walking miracle. Literally, he was paralyzed in a wheelchair.
You're right.
For however many seasons of Degrassi there was.
You are right. And then he just got up off of it. And then goes and makes $1 million somewhere else.
There was something funny with the whole Jay Cutler thing when they got a divorce. Like he got like really bad off and just looked like shit. But it was something he did with his money. I can't remember what it was, but I think that she ended up like not getting anything. It was either she fucked him and took like everything, or he like somehow it wasn't along the lines of like Tom Brady, because all of his stuff was in his mom's name. So when Giselle tried to take him, they're like he has nothing technically. I don't think it was to that extent, but it was something like along those lines.
I didn't even know who the girl was until she started.
I just remember she's like a hot blonde, right?
Yeah,
that's
very
all
pretty.
I remember, seeing a picture of her or something.
And I just remember she started dating this like young, like 22-year-old TikToker. He's like some jack dude, the Montana Boys. They literally got big from just like lip syncing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally. They got big from like.
I thought those were the ones that like do all that crazy shit. Like they'll build something and then like go jump a car over it or
No,
something.
not crazy at all.
Not this. Okay.
They just set up the phone and they put on Hurricane by Luke Combs. They line up in a single file line, and one of them each takes a line, and then they walk off, and then the next one walks up, walk off, and that's how they got big. There's attractive dudes from Montana.
Huh.
They were on, I think, BFFs with Dave and Brianna and Josh, and Dave was like, y'all are exactly what I expected to come out of Montana. Like, y'all are bland. Like, they can barely talk. And he was like, not to be disrespectful. I was like, yeah, that's pretty disrespectful.
That's
like,
funny as fuck.
These dudes literally did not talk at all. But, yeah, I remember that. She was in TikTok with them doing the lip sync thing. And people were like, what the fuck is going on?
Interesting.
She got herself back on the scene. And then she reveals that she screwed Morgan Wallen.
Interesting.
Celebrities, man.
Yeah. Maybe one day that'll be us. Minus the divorce and cheating and good sex. We'll be fine with mediocre at best.
Oh my God! If anything, they're both pretty girls. If anything, they'll be exposed, and then guys will be hitting on them.
Yeah, their shit's gonna have to be locked. She already can't handle if like it's a random person. Like, do you know this person? I'm like, no, it looks like a scam. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
One can keep dreaming. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right, I gotta get home before the snows me in.
Until next time, bye-bye.